And this time every week, Molly Nelson in for Jackie this week. It's time to talk a little wrestling with the Grappler Report. Tony Hager joining us right now, and lots of stuff going on, Tony.
I mean, this is, they got the little break for Christmas, and now it's they've got their 2-pound allowance, and everything is gung-ho here. Wrestlers are now getting in shape.
So T-minus how many days until the big tournament?
T-minus 29 days until the individual tournament, 28 days until the dual championship down at Wells Fargo Arena. So it's gold mode right now for a lot of these teams.
Is this the second year that those are being held simultaneously? Because didn't they used to do those on 2 separate weeks?
Yeah, they used to do it differently. I think I don't know how many years it's been. It hasn't been very long that they've done it the Wednesday. It's kind of positive and negatives from it. It's really good for fans, but for the wrestlers and the coaches, I think there's some negativity there. So they're working on those type of things.
It's a lot of wrestling in a short amount of time. Yeah.
All right. So last week we talked about a big duel that was going on.
Yeah, we previewed the Valley Southeast Polk duel that happened at Valley, and number 1, number 2, number 3, kind of depending on where you're looking at your rankings in the state. And Valley was favored, I think, going into this duel, but Southeast Polk showed up. How they've gotten this name of a national powerhouse. They showed up and defeated the actual score. That's not the score, but the final duel score was Southeast Polk over Valley. I don't have the score in front of me, sorry, but they really just dominated from 106 to 285. I think there's really not a whole lot of upsets that we saw at this duel, but they started out Nick Oldham, 106 pounds over Ryan Strickland. Really the biggest match of the duel was at 220. You have Ethan Anderson versus Rocky Lombardi, a Valley wrestler. They are number 1 and number 2 in the state at that weight, and Ethan Anderson won 13-7. Ethan's going to be going to Oklahoma State to wrestle next year, so this is going to be something to look at, that dual state championship. The biggest concern right now is, are they going to wrestle their top guys there on Wednesday, because there's Valley, and then there's Southeast Polk, of really, really good dual teams, and then Fort Dodge has just got an amazing individual team. So there's going to be a shakeup in the rankings, I think, this week. They come out actually today at noon on our site.
And if people want to follow that and want to see what's going on,
at noon today at iawrestle.com, we're going to release our tournament and team rankings, individual rankings, so you can check those out on our website. There's definitely some big shakeups. There's a new number 1 ranked team in 2A. There's about 4 or 5 new ranked wrestlers in almost each weight class ranked number 1 now. So there's been some movers and some shakers, and that's you really get to see that here the second part of the season, because people will move weights a lot. They'll go to a weight class, and then they'll find out who the top guys are there, and if they don't think they can beat them, they either go down or they go up. So we're seeing a lot of that, and that's what happened here in this set of rankings.
How much for those people that may not know, how much of a weight difference is it to move up or down a weight class?
There's roughly anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds. It's not a huge jump, like 106 to 113, 13 to 20, 20 to 26. So it just kind of depends. Right now they get that 2-pound of weight allowance, so that's where you see a lot of those kids now.
The crossover.
They don't have to cut as much weight, and you'll see a lot of movers. So
yeah, but these guys are so lean the way they are now. Anyway, that's hard to go from one to another.
It is, and the state has really cracked down on a lot of that, of these kids cutting, because it's real unhealthy. So coaches are really, I think, encouraging kids to be at their natural rate. So we don't see it as much. I think we see a lot more people moving up now than moving down.
I'm pretty good at moving up. I don't know about you.
That's a lot easier, isn't it?
Well, we all think of like the movie Vision Quest and the guy with the nosebleeds and trying to cut weight, and you're saying it's not like it used to be.
It's not. I mean, in the Vision Quest, the guy's got the rubber suit on, and he's in the sauna and running, and you just don't see that a whole lot anymore. I mean, there's a couple kids out there. There's probably 1 kid per team that's doing that, but it used to be every single kid was trying to cut as much weight as they possibly could. So you just don't see that anymore.
All right, so we had a big matchup last week. What about this week? Any big matchups?
The biggest tournament of the season is going on at Urbandale High School. It's called the Ed Winger Classic. and that's Southeast Polk will be there, Waukee will be there, Johnson will be there, Bettendorf will be there. So that's if you're in the Des Moines area, definitely get an opportunity to go over to Urbandale. You need to get there early though, because it's packed. Like I said, it's probably it's got the most top-ranked wrestlers in it, I think, in the state for that tournament.
Especially when you realize they're coming all the way from the Quad Cities.
Yeah. It's going to be it's always a good time just to go in that gym, but you definitely need to go early. We're going to have actually archived matches on our website, so if you can't make it there on Sunday or Monday, you're going to be able to see those finals matches on our website.
Now, I know the rankings come out at noon, but can you give us, without giving stuff away, a few highlights from each of the classes, who to look for and things like that?
I think tournament-wise, Fort Dodge is still going to be that top team.
Woo-hoo!
They've got
Fort Dodge experience with that, don't you, with Fort
Go
Dodge?
Dodgers! Yeah, a lot of good wrestlers.
Hey, Southeast Polk has these, I guess, diamond in the roughs in 3A, and it'll be interesting to see how they emerge. They have a real tough district. They're in the same district as Valley and Southeast Polk are in the same district to go to the state tournament, so they're going to kind of butt heads. So Fort Dodge, I think, is the favorite at the tournament rankings. 2A, that's our biggest mover, so I don't want to give away that. But Lisbon's been wrestling really tough. We're going to be,
and they always do, though.
Yeah, Lisbon's got a great team. 1A changes quite a bit, you're going to see not a big shift in 1A, and individual rankings and the state rankings. That class really has kind of just stayed the same. Nobody's really emerged as that team that's going to take that 1A title this year yet. So Fort Dodge, though, they've got a lot of tough kids in their lineup.
Tough people come from there.
That's what you've heard.
You're just saying, huh?
What about Donald Trump? Was he on your radio show?
Yeah, so we've talked about this now 2 weeks on this show. I'm
okay.
not a politics guy.
Sorry, it was on the script.
I'm glad. Nope, I'm glad you brought it up. I just I don't find myself talking about politics very often. So this last Saturday, Donald Trump was on our radio show.
How did that happen?
My partner, Scott Casper, is real good friends.
Casper has to have something to do with it.
He's good friends with Tana Gertz.
Of course.
Yeah, his right-hand girl, and he wrestled in New York. He's got that little wrestling. Trump wrestled maybe like 1 or 2 matches, and he's
the high school
at high school. And he said he quit because he knew he wasn't going to be a winner. So if you're not going to be a winner, he said that he moved on to soccer.
Yeah. Now we
are still looking for the picture of Trump in a singlet.
Yeah, we asked and he couldn't get it. So it's just
I'm sure he couldn't. I imagine, imagine those have been destroyed.
Yeah,
by his people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just surprised that he didn't wrestle. His son wrestled. He's got a grandson that wrestles.
That is interesting. Yeah.
So it was interesting because the wrestling was taken out of the Olympics a couple years ago.
Right.
So he had some thoughts on why he thinks wrestling should stay in the Olympics, just because wrestling's been around for so long, and there's some other sports that he didn't agree that should be in there. So
now we're getting close to caucus time. Do you think he'll show up at a wrestling match anytime soon, or not?
I think so. He's going to be. I think he's in Ames today. There's no wrestling going on, but he talked about being in New York City. Will be in March for the D1 championships. He's got a hotel out there, and obviously it's New York City, so
he has a place to stay.
Got a place to stay.
It's not that he has a hotel as in room out there. He has a hotel in New York City. Yeah.
So hopefully maybe comp us some rooms. I don't know. We can all go out there. We'll do a great day from New York City.
I like it.
I'm in.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll get there. I mean, just for wrestling, I think it's good to get an outside perspective, or I guess a celebrity that's recognizing the sport, because we don't really get that right now unless you're the celebrity in the sport promoting it. We just don't.
So that's why the love. Yeah.
I mean, so that's why it's good to have shows like this promoting wrestling in the state. And there's people outside of Iowa that watch this show now on YouTube. They're able to watch the replay of this, and they're grateful for.
They're not grateful for us, but for you.
Well, everybody. I mean, it's a sport that really struggles to get that word out. So anytime we can get somebody like Trump or news companies to do this, we're very grateful.
Yeah, we heard Santorum plays basketball. We learned that earlier.
He's
today.
taller than I thought he would be.
He's as tall as
He's
Molly.
about my height.
Yeah, he was up by you.
Seriously, yeah. So that's cool. All right, now want to keep up to speed as to what's happening wrestling-wise. What's the best way?
Check out iawrestle.com or takedownwrestle.com. Each and every week, we've got television shows on takedownwrestle.com that highlights college wrestling, and then iWrestle. Really interesting. Last night we talked to World Team member and Division I champ from Iowa, Tony Ramos, on our weekly podcast. So you can check that out today on iWrestle and takedownwrestle.com and get an insider look of what he's doing to train for the Olympics, Rio
wow.
2016. So he had about 15 minutes with us. So.
Great.
That's good.
Awesome. Well, good job as always. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.